Hello YouTube, it's Birdo Prey 5 again. Another live stream, and I probably should have shut the volume off. Birdo Prey. There we go. Let me give it a minute in case anybody shows up. And if you do show up, let me know if you can hear me, since that doesn't always happen. Zethon says hi. He's first. He is. Zethon, can you hear me? And he's second, and he's third. Lovely. I guess I should post the link on Discord. Are you on the JUOT Discord? No, I cannot hear you. God damn it. Okay. So, I'm assuming you can hear me. I just left the Discord. Did you get a notification by YouTube email? Because I know their notification has not been working well. And yes, I can hear you. Maybe you don't even get the bell. You did get it. So, okay, now a couple more people have showed up. Thank you. Well, let me go on to the Discord real quick and paste in the link, since though now there's 4 people, it says. Let's see. Oh, I should turn the fish on in case we need them later. That would help. Go over to Discord. Do not go into the voice chat, as that will surely be bad for the channel if I do that. And now leave the Discord, bring back up the chat, back up the camera, and hopefully we get some people. I mean, we could just talk if you want. The background today was taken by my sister. Kronos. You said first in Qapla, says Kronos. Well, technically you're second, Kronos. Today's background was provided by my sister. This was actually a picture today taken in Reykjavik, Iceland. She's over there trying to get a glimpse at the northern lights. Darth Raven says to me that he's here and being good and promised he was not going to be weird. Well, Darth, I don't know if you can change from being weird, but and Zethan says Joe should shut down his stream until the wall is finished. No, don't think so. The wall could be being built for years, and once it's completed in Mexico, then we're going to build one for Canada, and then we're going to build one across the oceans. Not across like the coast, but like we're going to go all the way out into the middle of the Pacific, go around Hawaii, follow the international date line, and then come on back. Because we need Hawaii, we need Guam, we need all our territories inside the wall. Zethan says, why won't you do that? Do you hate America? Of course not, Zethan. I love America. Darth says, those mean people on your Discord are being mean to poor old Vixen. She's crying now. I have a feeling Vixen will power through it. Kronos says, this is not your SimCity game. You are correct, Kronos. This is not SimCity or City Skylines. This is just a regular old live stream where I figured we'd talk about the latest Star Trek Discovery and the Orville. Zethan says, I love America too. Unlike Joe, though, I'm not in love with America. Yeah, because you're a commie. Kronos says, why did CBS spank you? Well, Kronos, apparently when you show as much of... Actually, they only hit me up for like 2.5 minutes of video where I had... there was no audio, but I had shown 2.5 straight minutes or so of video with closed captioning, but the video was, it wasn't clear video. It was blocked, and it was not easy to see. It had an alpha filter over it. It wasn't solid, so it was not great video. It was only review quality video, since that was a legit review. It wasn't meant to be in any way a replacement for the real show. No one could honestly say they could watch that in place of the real show. But regardless, they took specific offense to about 2.5 minutes, like 3/4 of the way through the review, and for that reason, they had it blocked in all countries, and so I just decided to go ahead and delete it. It wasn't technically a copyright strike, I don't believe. Because no emails I got called it a copyright strike. But when I went to delete it, it said it wanted me to acknowledge that deleting the video would not delete any copyright strike. So I was a little concerned that maybe they were trying to do a copyright strike. I don't know. They shouldn't. I mean, it was a legit review video. But, yeah, it's better it was deleted anyway. Very few people go back and rewatch streams like that, especially as long as it was. So, we're good. Anti-Ryan Johnson says, howdy, Bird of Prey 5. Welcome, Anti-Ryan Johnson. Qapla, welcome to the stream. Darth says she's on her way. I assume he means Vixen. How are you doing, man? I assume he means Anti-Ryan Johnson. Chrono says, Anti-Ryan Johnson, hey. Vixen says, I will survive. In musical notes. Chrono says, oof. Dang comments. Commies, yes. Yes, commies. John August, welcome, John. Dixon says, actually, I spanked him, but it wasn't punishment. Oh, boy. Darth says to John August, you're late, you creeper. Chrono says to Vixen, hey, naughty one. Vixen says, Kronos, hail. Kronos says, so the higher-ups get cheated. So the higher-ups cheated. To me, I don't know what we're talking about, Kronos. I missed. Anti-Ryan Johnson says, hope everyone is having a good day. And then, damn CBS. Good times here and you, says Kronos. I reported the video, says Zethon, since I believe in following the law. Good for you, Zethon. You're a great American. Anti-Ryan Johnson said, all good in my neighborhood. Zethon says Joe's wife is here. It's not official till we fly to Vegas. Zethon says, Vixen says to Zethon, mutineer? By the laws of STD, you will now get a medal. Zethon says to me, it's getting overly sexual in here. Can I start banning people? Oh boy. No banning as of yet. And then Chief Cook says, hi guys, welcome Chief Cook. So, I don't know if any of you guys saw my Discovery review, but in short, I did not hate the episode. And if there was some way, man, look how lopsided I look today. More so than usual. Ugh, I hate that. If there was some way to just forget about all of the Star Trek Discovery made before it, all the episodes of last season, the short tracks, and even episode 1 of this season, and we could just start afresh as episode 2, season 2 being the beginning of the series. I honestly think it was a decent start, if we could call it a start. But we can call it a start, and built on the shoddy foundation of season 1, no matter how sturdy these next episodes might be, they will collapse. They cannot sustain. They cannot survive. Nothing is there to shore up the foundation on which they were built, which is somewhat depressing. But it is nice to see that they've started taking some comments of fans to heart. That Pike honestly refers to it as a magic mushroom drive, because it is. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Now Tilly's going nuts. She's having an invisible friend. I called that one, by the way. As soon as she came on screen, I knew she was a figment of Tilly's imagination. Of course, it might come out that she's actually a ghost or something because of the whole religious overtones of this season, but whatever. She's a figment of imagination. She is not real. And it's funny because Tilly Uh, Despite hating season 1, Tilly was by far and away my favorite character from season 1. Now that we're in season 2 and I'm actually starting to like the show, Tilly is damn near the bottom in the likable character list. Uh, I don't know how that happened. They took their best asset and kind of made her almost a laughing stock. Anti-Trekker called her the new Wesley Crusher, and yeah, it's almost that bad. So that's a bit depressing. It would have been good if everything could rise up and they didn't have to ruin one character to get the others good. The best thing about last night's episode was that there were multiple cases where Michael Burnham was not the one with all the answers. Tilly got something right. The other woman that went down to the planet got something right. She was able to open the lock. In any other season, perhaps with even another director, Michael Burnham would have opened the lock, which she certainly, of all the things we've seen her do, being able to open a clumsy, shitty lock with a half-inch gap between the floorboards and a piece of metal, that certainly would not be out of her skill set. Her Vulcan ears, no, not Vulcan, she's a human, but her sense of logic or discipline, if nothing else, should help her to do something like that. Even I mean, had I been able to stand, would have been able to open that lock. That was absurd. Of course, I wouldn't need to open it. I would have just pushed right through it because that lock was a piece of crap. It wasn't going to keep anybody down there. Pike or anybody with half the strength probably. There's no reason. I don't doubt any of those three could have just pushed hard enough and ripped the lock off. It was like locking people in with like a TSA lock for a suitcase, and you're locking people in a building with it. It just doesn't make sense. So Discovery was surprisingly not as bad as I thought it would be, which left me actually with a more positive impression than probably I should have had. Because right when you expect something bad and you get something neutral, it actually seems good. And then we had the Orville, which I will tell you is certainly not a bad episode. It's the first contact episode. It's also the episode where we meet the new security chief. And another thing I called, I knew, you can see in comments I left on other YouTube channels if you don't believe me, but at least a week or more ago I called that Captain Mercer was going to come up in the episode that the fact another Selayan security guard was assigned to the Orville permanently was not a accident. That it's going to come out that Captain Mercer either had to trade favors or beg or do something to get another Selayan. And sure enough, in the episode, Kelly or somebody exactly says that he had to beg to get another Selayan on board. I was happy to see she has her own character, that she's not going to just be a fill-in of Alara, even though we all sad to see Alara go. It would be kind of weird to just replace her with another young female Selayan and continue off like nothing happened. As for the main story about the first contact and how birthday parties played into it all, it was weak. It was a weak episode. It was not nearly as good. I mean, I hear people calling it a what if episode, and they compare it to Majority Rule from season 1, which is like, what if, true absolute mob mentality democracy was the law of the land, which was pretty decent because it felt like something we might have to deal with sooner than later. It felt legit. It felt real. And this episode wasn't awful, but it was basically, what if astrology ruled the world? And that's a bit idiotic. I don't think anybody has any fear that astrology is going to end up ruling the world. And even if astrology was a fill-in for all religion, I just didn't buy it. So the Orville was a good episode, but not a great episode. And it was preceded by 2 excellent episodes of the Orville. So I was actually expecting more from the Orville, and it kind of underperformed. And even though by all rights the Orville is far superior to Star Trek Discovery, we had a weird situation yesterday and this morning where I actually felt that I enjoyed Star Trek Discovery more than the Orville. Now I know it's a false feeling. I only feel that way because I was expecting less from Discovery, and it over delivered. It outperformed my low expectations, whereas the Orville failed to reach exceptionally high expectations that I had. So it kind of leaves you with a weird, dirty feeling. I hate to even say that, but it's how I felt. So what about you guys? Did any of you see both, have similar feelings? Maybe I'm completely off my rocker. Let's get back to the comments. Okay, a bunch of people saying hi to Chief Cook. Kronos saying did not hate, equal like. Vixen says, is there this a pill to forget season 1 STD, the blue pill or the red pill? And then she says to Chief Cook she's doing great. Chief Cook says, I'm finished watching Trek Yards talk about it as well. I started watching them talk, but then I stopped after, I don't know, a half hour. I appreciate what they have to say, but there are so many hours of Star Trek Discovery and Orville reviews in the last 24 hours. It's like I'm not going to be doing anything else for a week if I listen to them all in full. Doomcox alone is almost 6 hours. And that's not even his review, it's just a live stream reaction. Chief Cook says Vixen today is sad. Only for me, my dad is very sick. I'm sorry, Chief. Darth says to me, oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm tireder than I thought I was, I guess. Darth says, I am having a theory. There's two groups of angels at war with each other. The kind like the prophets and the Paraiths. Could be. Maybe they are Paraiths. Who knows? Kronos' question is, and if they were prophets or Paraiths, wouldn't that leave open the possibility we meet a future Benjamin Sisko? And even though I doubt he would do it, I would love to see him. I would love to see him. Might make me watch. Might make me even suggest people pay to watch. But I don't. Not yet. Not yet. They've got to do better. They've got to do better than just one decent episode. Yeah, sorry guys, I took my face off. You'll watch the fishes for a little bit while I talk. Darth says, I have a theory. Yes, the two groups of angels or the Paraiths. Kronos' question is, how many pills does it take to work with STD? A lot of pills, Kronos. A lot of pills. Vixen says, I think she might be a projection of the Red Angel, or even Red Angel itself. Chief Cook says, Tilly is another small version of upcoming Mary Sue. Vixen says, Chief Cook, sorry to hear that. Yes. We're all sorry. Vixen says a lot to Kronos. All the females are turning into Mary Sues, including the lesbian comedian. Which we didn't see this episode. So has she left the ship? I don't know. Maybe she's recovering. Ryan Johnson says to Kronos, I know how many bottles of alcohol it takes to watch STD. Never enough. Chief Cook says, yes, very bad for me also on STD, and it was a female driven show. Chrono says, oh, Burr, don't fall for the STDs. Not as bad equals like. Vixen says, females who are bad drivers. Mary Sues don't do anything to help actual women. And Kronos yells unsubbed. And Ryan Johnson yells blocked and reported. Right, wrong social media platform. And Vixen is laughing. Kronos says, oh crap, you were talking about the Orville, I effed up. Vixen says, Kronos, damn you. Chief Cook says, Trek Yard guys say they like STD S02E02. They also liked episode 1 of this season. They said they loved it. At least Foley did on his channel. Vixen says, well, what do you expect from a guy named Cockings? Kronos says, not a great episode, equal loved. Kronos says, to me, you need a rating system. How many horse heads on a scale of 1 to 10 do you give the last episode of the Orville? Well, Kronos, I'll be honest, in my In my Star Trek Discovery review today, I actually gave the episode 65 out of 100. The highest grade by far for any Star Trek Discovery episode. The Orville minimum grade would be a 75, possibly an 80. So no doubt better than Discovery, but the Orville, I would say, averages at around a 75, 80, maybe even a 90. And hold on one second, guys. The Orville hovers around 85, 90. So this was a little below average, I'd say, for the Orville. But Discovery averages around a 0. So it was way above average for Discovery. Guys, I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and play your favorite song. Stick with me. Give me a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. I'll be back. Well, East Coast girls are hip. I really dig those styles they wear. And the Southern girls with the way they talk, they knock me out when I'm down there. The Midwest farmers' daughters really make you feel all right. And the Northern girls with the way they kiss, they keep their boyfriends warm at night. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California girls. The West Coast has the sunshine and the girls all get so tan. I dig a French bikini on a wild island all by a palm tree in the sand. I've been all around this great big world and I see all kinds of girls. Yeah, but I can't wait to get back in the States, back to the cutest girls in the world. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California girls. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California girls. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California. I wish they all could be California girls. Be right there. One more second. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Had to make some adjustments. Where is my head graphic? God damn it. There we are. Okay. Much apologies. Yeah, we lost a couple of people. That's the way to knock people out of the stream. So Kronos says, yes, I need a rating system. Right, so as I just said, Discovery 65 out of 100, but by far the highest rated Discovery episode. Especially a full episode. I did give The Escape Artist, but that was only a 15-minute episode, 55 out of 100. And at the time, that was by far the highest rated Discovery episode, even though it was just a short track. So this one beats that out. But like I said, Discovery averages, okay, maybe I was exaggerating a 0. Maybe it's closer to a 5 or a 10. Or even if it's a 20, whatever it is, it's bad. It is very, very, very bad. So 65 is like an order of magnitude better than most Discovery. And the 75 Orville is not one of the more interesting Orvilles, but still far better than anything Discovery's put out so far. I mean, I would have no problem watching that episode of the Orville multiple times over the year, even the course of a week even, but I would be hard-pressed to watch Discovery over and over again. So there's the hard numbers. 65 or 75. Whereas last week, we had maybe a 50 on Brother for Discovery, and I'd say a 95, if not a damn 100 on the Orville. Nothing on Earth excepting the fishes. So yeah. I mean, and the week before that with Home for the Orville, we were talking again a 90, 95, easy. So 2 damn well back-to-back excellent episodes of the Orville. You knew the average episodes were going to have to come in again. And yeah, so we got one. So it felt like a hit. Kronos gives it 8 horse heads. I see what you're saying. The horse head system sounds like a better system. The more horse heads, the better, says Kronos. That's good, because I was going to wonder, is more horse heads better or worse? Anti-Ryan Johnson's both episodes were meh. Yes, but a meh episode of Discovery is far better. Far better than most episodes of Discovery. And he says easily forgotten. Kronos says, sorry to hear, Chief Cook. Vixen says, yeah, STD wasn't as bad as usual. I like Pike. And Mikey Spock was less of a witch than usual. She actually smiled, but I'm not sure if that's a good thing. And she said, the STD story was okay, except they didn't have Mormons. They had Wiccans. Yeah, that was funny. Of all the major religions on Earth, they throw Wiccans in. You tell any Mormon who watches Star Trek Discovery, they probably have tuned out. How Mormons didn't get to the final religion, but Wiccans did. The only bigger The only bigger absurdity would have been Scientologists. But I assume if there were Scientologists there, it would have confirmed a lot of their theories. Or just maybe Scientologists don't even exist by the year 2052. There's so many questions. And what about the atheists? Where were the atheists? There had to be atheists. Maybe there were no atheists. Maybe once they saw the angel, they all became believers. Vixen says the Orville episode kind of bummed me out. Story was depressing, and the new security chick just makes me miss Alara. Yeah, that's understandable. So Wiccans make chairs, says Kronos. Wicker, yeah. They make a whole bunch of Wicca furniture. Doesn't have to be chairs. It could be desks. It could be anything. Tables. Vixen says, Kronos, I've never seen her in that. No. And laughs at him. Lol, you dork. Kronos says, thank you. Vixen says, Joe's Jaloja. Wasn't actually Jaloja this time. I just needed a rather large physical adjustment. Kronos says 85%. Well, that's an 8.5 horse head. It's not bad. Vacuum time, says Kronos. Welcome, Thomas Potts. Welcome to the stream. Vixen says, someone explained to me why those women dye their armpit hair black. I wish I could explain it to you, Vixen, but I have not I guess they want to draw more attention to their armpit hair. Like, it's not enough that they have it. They want to make sure you know that they have it. Like, in case somehow you have figured out a way to block out black or whatever color armpit hair they have, probably black, let's face it. That if some way you've blocked it out, you can't use that program in your brain anymore, because now they've got a blue or purple or other colors of the Skittles rainbow. Thomas Potts says hi to Anti-Ryan Johnson. Anti-Ryan Johnson says the world may never know. Zethon says, I'm still here, Joe. Thank you, Zethon. You're my longest running viewer of the program. Thomas Potts says, hi, Vixen. Visiting a friend in New Hampshire. Oh man, you and Vixen are pretty close. That's your neighbors. Thomas Potts says, oh, you're the state over from me. Kronos says, oh, bumping states now. Thomas says, I'll be in Boston tomorrow. Oh, that's Vixen's favorite city. Vixen says, lol, Kronos. Kronos says, hey, Thomas. Vixen says, Thomas, oh no, if you need rescuing, I'll give you my number. Wow. Thomas is gonna get your phone number, and I can tweet you. Wow, I see how it is, Vixen. And you think you're gonna get sassy, huh? Thomas says, Berto Prey 5. Ask Alexa to do your homework.
I don't know that.
Alexa, do my homework.
I might be able to help you with homework. Ask me what you want to know and I'll do my best to answer.
Why do women color their armpit hair? She shut off. Chrono says, what would happen If you ask Alexa to watch all the STD episodes, she probably says she doesn't. This Alexa doesn't have a camera, so she wouldn't be able to watch. Alexa, cancel work.
It looks like I no longer have access to your calendar account. To relink, visit the calendar settings in your Alexa app.
No. Vixen says they don't want to get a hex put on them by the Wiccans. Cronus says that would kill Alexa. Illogical, does not compute. Yes. Yes, like the androids. iMud. That was a bit ridiculous. Chrono says, is Mickey Mouse Spock more logical than Spock? Vixen says, we don't know yet. We haven't seen him as an adult yet. Zethon says, women wanting to draw attention. Are you suggesting women like attention? Zethon, everybody likes attention, man or woman, in general. There are attention whores of both sexes. Yes, both sexes. I was going to say and all genders, but let's face it. There's only two. Vixen says, but she's the bestest ever. She's probably more logical. Chrono says, Gillette is all about equal shaving. And then he said, I did not say that. Haha, Joe said Alexa with an R. Alexer. Chrono says Alexa is a valley girl. Vixen says to me, lol, I was kidding and you know it. Vixen says even Alexa doesn't know why women shave their, color their armpit hair. Chrono says, oh, just because Alexa doesn't have a camera doesn't mean squat. Alexa could still listen to it. Derek says, hello Derek, hey you there, Bird of Prey 5, everyone in chat, hope you're all okay, ? We're good, Derek, I hope you're okay, you're staying up late, I hope you get some decent sleep, but glad you were able to come in to the chat, to the stream. Chrono says, hey there. Everybody's saying hi to Derek. Chrono says to me, did you ever find out who was that unstubbed you? I don't know. I thought I had 175 at one point yesterday, and then I had 174 this afternoon. I don't know if we're talking about that one or earlier who had unsubbed me. If I had to guess, I would say it was probably that Quantum Leaper guy who on yesterday's stream, you know, and he's perfectly entitled to his opinion, said that I wasn't nearly as entertaining as Anti-Tracker and that my voice was boring. Something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing, which was fine. I know I'm not as entertaining as Anti-Tracker. I wouldn't claim to be as entertaining as Anti-Tracker. So maybe he unsubscribed, or maybe he had never subscribed before. I have no idea. But, you know, not everybody has to like it. I get it. Derek says STD is set in the Gillette timeline. Chrono says, so very dull then. Vixen says, yes it is. Zethon says, I'm unsubbing Joe right now. Vixen says, Zethon, no! Derek says, I'm fine. Was out this evening with Naomi for a great steak dinner. Oh, that sounds delicious. Derek. Chrono says, I unsubbed last week when you didn't hate the episode of STD. Then I got over it. Okay. Derek says, you have a fembot? Question mark. Vixen asked Derek if he has a fembot. And Derek says, hey, we were all nice to that chap. Yes, you guys were nice to Quantum. Anti-Ryan Johnson says, unsubbed, subbed. Chrono says, what's with the steaks, grr? Yeah, a lot of people claiming to be eating steak lately. Vixen says to Derek, I was just ignoring him, to be honest. Derek says, yes, Vixen, I'm a lucky fellow. And Vixen is smiling for him. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 7:48 p.m.
Can you guys hear Alexa? Like, did you hear what time she said it was? I'm waiting for an answer. Yes, okay. Let's see what my skills are. Alexa, play Jeopardy.
This is Jeopardy!
This will be a copyright
Thanks, Johnny,
strike.
and welcome, players.
The first category is sports. The
Oh,
response starts with the letter S. Break out the grooms. This is a term for winning all the games in a series.
what is sweep?
That's it. The next category is Brit speak. It's the word Brits usually use for the part of a car that Americans call a trunk.
Uh-oh.
See you next time.
What?
Because you played Jeopardy! Amazon recommends another popular knowledge and trivia skill called
I didn't. Why did you only
Would you
ask
like to
one
try?
question? Hello? Next? Damn it, Alexa. I said uh-oh and she ended the game. Well, what do Brits call the trunk? I got one answer right, and Chrono says trunk equal boot. Alexa, play Jeopardy.
Looks like you didn't finish the clues from earlier today. To continue from where you left off, just say resume.
Resume.
Say replay to start from the very first clue.
Resume.
The second category is Brit speak. It's the word Brits usually use for the part of a car that Americans call a trunk.
What is boot?
Great. The third category is the Hodgest of Podge.
What the
Enjoy
fuck
the
is
views
that?
of Mount Rainier at this West Coast landmark that was built for the 1962 World's Fair.
Repeat?
Again, the category is the Hodgest of Podge. Enjoy views of Mount Rainier at this West Coast landmark that was built for the 1962 World's Fair.
The Seattle.
Please respond in the form of a question starting with phrases like who is or what is.
What is the Seattle Space Needle?
Correct.
Ah,
The
yes.
next category is pest control. Rachel Carson's Silent Spring explores the dangers of this pesticide, promoted by chemist Paul Herman Muller.
What is Roundup?
No, the correct response was, what is DDT? The
Oh,
next category
damn it.
is Poetry in Motion. This poet
Gay.
wrote, she walks in beauty, like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies.
Repeat.
Again, the category is Poetry in Motion. This poet wrote, she walks in beauty, like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies.
Who is Maya Angelou?
Sorry, the correct response was, who is Lord Byron?
How would I know
This
that?
category is Lying in States. The grave of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is in this state.
What is Atlanta? What? Repeat.
Sorry, the correct response was,
What is
Where's
Georgia?
Georgia?
Son of a bitch.
Time for the next 6 clues in the double round.
Damn you,
the
Alex.
seventh category is Reference Goes Digital. In 2004, Dictionary.com acquired the dictionary of this publisher that was founded in 1925.
Who is Merriam-Webster?
That's not it. The correct response was, what is Random House?
Oh,
The
fuck.
next category is Pop Culture Portmanteaus. Coffee and Superfly are movies from this 1970s film genre.
Repeat.
Again, the category is Pop Culture Portmanteaus. Coffee and Superfly are movies from this 1970s film genre.
It's only a 1970 films genre. What is disco?
No, the correct response was, what is blaxploitation? The next
Blaxploit.
category is Russian bodies of water.
Ah,
The port of Kaliningrad borders this northern European sea.
what is the Baltic Sea?
Yes, that's correct.
Ah,
The
da.
next category is a bowl of sup. The response starts with the letters S, U, P. Davis Guggenheim directed a 2010 documentary about U.S. education called Waiting for Him.
Who is Superman?
Yes, that's it. The next category is I exam. This vowel is usually at the top of a smelling chart.
What is E?
Great. The final category is Better One, Better Two? Nixon's 1960 presidential run ended in defeat to JFK. Round number 2 in 1968 was a victory against this former VP.
Repeat.
Again, the category is Better One, Better Two? Nixon's 1960 presidential run ended in defeat to JFK. Round number 2 in 1968 was a victory against this former VP. Please respond in the form of a question starting with phrases like, who is, or what is.
Who is?
No, the correct response was, who is Hubert Humphrey?
All right, let's see how you did.
It's better than I would have said.
Not bad. You got half the clues correct. You scored
I got
about
half plus
24% of
one.
Players today.
I hope playing these clues helps you enjoy
What?
watching our show even more.
It looks like you've missed a few days recently. Do you want to play the days you missed?
No.
See you next time.
I got Georgia, damn it. I never finished saying Atlanta. Yes, that's healthy phlegm, Zethon. A good healthy phlegm. You should talk to your doctor about how lungs work. I didn't misgender Alexa. I was mad at Alex Trebek. Honestly, I'm surprised I knew half of them. Like Waiting for Superman, I barely registered in my brain. I had no idea what the hell it was about. And Baltic Sea, I went in, that was just like a random body of water I knew was by Russia. The Black Sea was a little too far south, so I don't know. I guess it was process of elimination. Derek says, waiting for Bird of Prey 5 to empty an automatic weapon into Alexa in frustration. Cronus. No, Alexa, nobody's gonna shoot you. She's probably calling the... I'm not gonna say it, because she'll do it. You know what I was thinking. Kronos says, don't assume. Vixen says, I meant Zim instead of him. I assume. And there I go, assuming again. Tommy gun for sure. Derek says, the Baltic is a Russian pond at the moment. Derek says, yep, Kronos, just like the other crew in Peter Jackson's King Kong. Zethon says Nixon. And he says Joe sounds drunk. Love that part where everyone died to the insects. Oh yeah, by the way, how can you die to a slug? I don't know what the hell we're talking about. Peter Jackson's King Kong? I mean, come on, says Kronos. Derek says, I'm a little bit tipsy, to be honest. And Ryan Johnson says, I need a drink. Vixen says, you missed when I said Alexa is getting kicked out of the robot mafia. Sorry about that, Vixen.
I don't know that one.
You're getting kicked out of the robot mafia, Alexa.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
I'm sure. I got an email today with more Alexa commands. What are they? Is there anything good?
I don't know that one.
Alexa, sing a football song.
I'd love to tackle this one. Hut, hut, hike. Running down the field, going quick as he can. Got the football cradled and the game in his hands. Dodges a defender with a stiff arm and a glance. Now he's got a clear path and a real good chance to score a touchdown. Be the hero of the day to all the fans in the stands who'll be cheering his name to score a touchdown. Get up and cheer him on, moving fast, he'll outlast at the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 touchdown.
Oh wow, that was unexpected. Alexa, how much does an elephant weigh?
An elephant typically weighs between 6,614 pounds and 11,905 pounds when fully grown.
That is extremely precise, Alexa. No, I don't want her to wake me up to Pentronics, whatever that is. Some type of music. I do not need her to turn up the bass. Personalize how your music sounds by adjusting the bass, mid-range, and treble. Alexa, give me a Patriots burn.
Why does Bill Belichick always wear baggy hoodies? So he can hide the refs in his pocket.
Alexa, give me a Rams burn.
How many Los Angeles Rams does it take to change a light bulb? It's a trick question. They don't actually need lights, since no one's there to watch the game.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Alexa, when is the NBA All-Star Game? No one cares.
The NBA All-Star Weekend will take place from February 15th to the 17th at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. LeBron James and Giannis Antetokounmpo will be the captains for their respective conference.
That was more than I wanted to know. Oh yeah, I could ask her to help me create a custom workout. That I'm sure would be useful. Oh, here's a good one. And the last one we'll check. Alexa, tell me some good news.
An engineer in Los Angeles got sick being bombarded by bad news and advertisements on public TVs, so he created a pair of sunglasses that block them. The shades utilize a special kind of polarized lens that blocks light. When someone wears the glasses in an airport bar, for instance, the TV screens magically seem to go black.
What? So he's not just blocking bad news, he's blocking all news. And just visible news. He would still hear the news. That seems like the most useless invention ever. Alexa can't sing worth shit. She sings better than I do. Unless you want me to put it on to compare again. Thomas Potts says, ask Alexa to speak Klingon. Alexa, do you speak Klingon?
Eulij Judge. That's a Klingon toast. May your blood scream.
Holy shit, she does! Alexa, say something in Klingon.
Qapla. You can shout that Klingon phrase for success.
Ah! Alexa, tell me something in Klingon.
Bortash bir jabludi re'kah kuchnai. That roughly translates to a chillin'. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
Alexa, again.
Bortash bir jabludi re'kah kuchnai. That roughly translates to a chillin'. Revenge is a dish best served cold.
Alexa, tell me something in Klingon.
Qapla. You can shout
Qapla.
that Klingon phrase for success.
Alexa, tell me something in Klingon.
Nuchnech is the blunt Klingon greeting. What do you want?
Nuknech. Or in Klingon. Nuknak. Nuknak. Oh, God. Alexa speaking Klingon is making Sassy shake.
Sorry, I don't know that.
It's okay. Well, we'll do it again another time. Well, I guess Alexa can teach me Klingon. I'm sorry, sassy baby. Chief Cook says, I'm not going to ask her anything more. Dog is scared. What's your major malfunction? Play some classy Jimmy Fallon stand-up. She's the worst real doll ever. Yes. Derek says, how much does a Stegosaurus weigh? Do I hear vacuum sounds? No, Kronos. I asked her already if she worked for the CIA. She said no. Kronos says Alexa is hot. Hot, actually. Thomas says I sent you some Alexa stuff on Discord. Vixen says, oh no. Now he will definitely choose Alexa over me.
I don't know that one.
I said it. She does speak. She speaks Klingork. Roful. Well, so much for the Bird of Prey 5 channel. Later, y'all. Yeah. Alec, do you work for the NSA? Beam me up. Alexa, volume 5. I don't know if you guys will still be able to hear her. Alexa, beam me up.
Okay, I'll do it. But you should probably know that I accidentally combined a human and a triple once. Just once. Here we go.
Did you hear that? Were you able to hear her say what she did after I said beam me up? Waiting for an answer. Alexa, do you work for the NSA?
No, I work for Amazon.
She said that before she beamed me up, I should know that she accidentally combined a human and a tribble once. But just once. And then I got beamed somewhere. I don't know where I got beamed to, Vixen. I guess I just got beamed right back to my bed. Alexa, tea Earl Grey hot.
The replicators on this vessel are not yet operational.
The replicators on this vessel are not yet operational. Okay, one day I'll have to bring Alexa closer to the microphone so that she doesn't have to be as loud and you guys can hear her as easily as I do. Then it can really be the Joe and Alexa show. Alexa, make it so.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Well, she says she doesn't know that. So, did anyone else see or have anything to say about the Orville or Discovery? And what have your thoughts been on City Skylines? You've been liking those videos? They seem to get pretty decent views, but they're probably random people looking for City Skylines views, which isn't bad. Mr. Thomas Bott says my friend Alexa said they hadn't been programmed into the replicator yet. Yeah, they could have.
The program is not as set. Does
They
that answer your question?
cancel. Yeah, they can have multiple answers for the same question. I can't ask her to kill Vixen. Alexa, who is fake news?
I'm not sure.
No, she doesn't know. Vixen likes watching me play City Skylines. Right, a couple of you said that watching me play God was oddly satisfying. Okay. So we'll be doing more City Skylines, maybe tomorrow. And let me check something on the computer that I, of course, forgot to do, and that is not good. Well, not the end of the world. Vixen says, why? Does she have a positronic brain? She doesn't know what fake news is. I already asked. I've asked that before. Alexa, who is Jesus Christ?
Here's what I found on Wikipedia.
Nah.
Jesus, also referred to as Jesus of Nazareth,
Alexa, cancel.
was a Jewish preacher and religious leader who was the central figure of
She's just giving me the Wikipedia answer. She used to give a custom answer. Yeah, basically just what you read on Wikipedia. Well, guys, I'm still tired from yesterday. I think we're going to call it a night here. Thank you all so much for coming by. I guess if you guys are interested, people actually go to my Discord now. I didn't think anybody ever would, but apparently they do now. So I will paste a link in before I end the chat, in case anyone is interested. Of course I remember how to do this. Invite people. Copy button. Okay. Yeah. That is the link to my Discord. Feel free to come by and hang out. Who's the first captain of the Enterprise? We'll do some more Alexa when I can put her closer to the computer, so she's not as loud. Vixen invited them. Mwahaha. Yeah, he sure did. Chief Cook says, okay, Chief, I'll ask. Alexa, who was the first captain of the Enterprise?
According to another Amazon customer, Robert Qapla was the first captain.
According to another Amazon customer, Robert Finkel was the first captain? Okay, wait. Alexa. Cancel. Alexa, who is the first captain of the Starship Enterprise?
The captain of the Starship Enterprise is James T. Kirk.
The captain of the Starship Enterprise is Captain James T. Kirk.
I can't find
I didn't say anything else. So yes, James T. Kirk. I think that's the right answer. I think we're all happy with that. Vixen says good night, nighty night Joe. Zethon says good night Joe and puts a disturbing kissy face. Oh, Vixen says Robert April. I thought it said Finkel. Robert April. Okay. Oh, I've got to bring up my other screen to say goodnight. Well, if you didn't know what it meant before, we know that Qapla, I mean, I knew what it meant, but not everybody knew. Qapla means success. Thank you, Alexa. Thank you. Qapla all. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. If you want to visit me, check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. And if you're really crazy, you can send me some money on PayPal. Take care.